guys? So today's day 40. Welcome to the finish line. So it's been crazy journey. It's been so humbling, so awesome, and I just wanted to share my last day with you guys and some thoughts about the positives and negatives. So today is day 40, so it's my last day of just juicing. Tomorrow I'll be eating the prunes and I'll be letting you guys know how that goes. I'll be filming it, my first bites. So yeah, let's get straight into it. The positives that I've received after 40 days of just juice. Actually, let's start with the negatives because there's less of those. So the first negative at the top of my list was the canker sores that I got. So around day 9 or 10, I started getting canker sores really bad, and they lasted like 2 weeks. So yeah, for like 2 weeks my mouth was in pain, and so that was like the biggest negative that I got from it. And that, in my opinion, was just my body detoxing, and that was just a reaction that I had. So it was what it was. The next one is isolation. So I felt like a little less social, but it really made me just realize like a lot of the times I was being social was maybe just involved around food and stuff like that. So it was a good way to look at kind of what I was doing before to be social, and I had to come up with ways to make things not around food. So I did adapt, and by like the second week I started doing more normal things, hanging out with people again. But yeah, for the beginning I was very kind of isolated. I didn't feel like I wanted to be around anyone. So that's a negative, but it wasn't even that bad. I got to use the time for myself, excuse the noise in the background, they're doing construction, but I have people visiting my house right now, so they're inside, and I just wanted to shoot this video out here. And then the first week was a negative. It's just like the first week of any cleanse. You're going to be getting used to it, your body's going to be adjusting, and you're going to be going through some detox. So I put that down as a negative, just like the first week of like not really wanting to do it, you're questioning why you're doing it, and you have those negative feelings. So there we go. And then a negative that is also a positive was that I'm more sensitive and emotional. So the negative part of this is that you don't deal with things as well on the spot. Like if something happens, it kind of like all the emotions hit you right away. You don't really have a delayed response, at least in my experience. It kind of just like something happened and I like felt it right away, and it was intense, and I had to deal with it right away. So you could think of that as a negative, but I also, moving into the positives, I think it's positive because I was able to feel more deeply. I was able to look at myself a little bit more in my emotions and actually like get in touch with them. And that goes into the next one. So being more sensitive, getting in touch with my emotional side, I also got more in touch with my physical side and just more in tune with my body and what it really needs. And like if I didn't get enough sleep, or if I didn't get that, I drink enough juice, I could just tell that what I needed. So I was just really in tune with that. And then my creativity went up, so that would be, I guess, the third positive thing, is that I felt more creative. I wanted to draw or like make videos. Like I really liked making some of the videos that I edited during this time. Just thinking creatively, writing things down. Just being more creative in general. And then I got more confidence and motivation. So I like am wanting to start my own business now. Like totally, I feel confident about it. I feel like whatever I do want to do now, I can do. I kind of like showed that I have the willpower to really do anything that I really want. So it definitely has given me motivation in that way. So another thing that I noticed is, since I was doing such a big thing for my body by giving it a break, I've been more into like self-love and self-care and stuff like that. So, like doing the skin brushing, taking a sea salt bath, that kind of thing, like relaxing at the end of the day, doing yoga in the morning, which I started doing, and yeah, just really learning to like take time to like care for myself. And I'm still working on that, but it's definitely something that improved along this cleanse. My skin glowing, so I kind of always had it since I've been like pretty high raw, but people notice more that I kind of like, they said that like I had like a glowing aura, whatever, I was just like, there's something about it now that's just a little bit brighter. And I think I'm gonna just carry that with me now, you know what I mean? So that's like a kind of vain, but definitely thing that's people notice, and I noticed myself a little bit. I didn't notice it as much in myself as I expected, but definitely could tell for sure. Increased energy for sure, like just in general energy. Like it's not like I never had like I did a couple days where it's just like crazy amounts of energy, but for me, I've always kind of struggled with energy, and I definitely healed my adrenals a little bit during this. I can tell like my whole overall energy, and I have more chilled out energy now. It's not all over the place, and it's more of a grounded energy, I guess you can say, which is weird because I've been eating nothing and nothing really grounding me, but I just think it's my body balancing out. And I did have low days too, so it wasn't just all energy, but overall I feel like more energy is going to come out of this cleanse than I had starting, so that's a good thing. I broke a lot of patterns, so like quitting smoking, a lot of the negative thinking I'm getting rid of, my patterns with emotional eating that I noticed that I had emotional eating, so breaking those patterns, that's a big one. And yeah, just really really good that way. I feel like that I've really just kind of like broken out of the mold that I put myself in, and now I'm trying new things, and I'm not stuck in that same rut. And it still takes more work. I'm almost feeling like, okay, now it's over, but I have to remember like the work is never done. So it just gives me more motivation to continue on, because yeah, the work is never done. And I'm excited to move forward now. And again, with the motivation thing now, I'm motivated to like keep working on myself, keep refining myself. This is just like one stop. I'm definitely going to be doing this again, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then my mind is just more clear. Like I just feel like more there, more myself than ever, more focused, everything like that. Like just a lot more clear-headed, and things don't get to me as much anymore. I can deal with things a lot better. I don't get as angry or as reactive. I respond rather than react. So not always, but yeah, it definitely can feel that. So what I'm really taking out of this is just a whole personal growth thing. Like on the deepest level, I think if anyone wants an accelerated path to personal growth, fasting is going to be the best way to do it. Now I can only imagine what water fasting can do, but if you're like busy and you're working and you want to go for a longer time, you can do something like this and really stay on all your day-to-day tasks and everything and all your responsibilities, and still get a lot of the inner work done. And again, not the same as if you were to take a month off and do like a retreat or something and you really have time to escape, but this is like in the modern world, this is the best way, I think, to definitely keep doing your responsibilities, and then also work on your health and your emotional and mental health at the same time. So I definitely plan on doing this again. I don't know when. I definitely want to build up for a while, a couple months at least, probably a few months, and balance out staying on the raw foods. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do my best to stay raw from here on out, and I don't plan on having anything weird, and we're going to stick to that. So yeah, that is my positives and negatives from a 40-day juice feast. Like I said, it's just been a really great experience. I really recommend it to anyone who wants to try it. It's very, very empowering. So yeah, I think that is it today. I don't have much else to share, so if you guys have any questions, you can leave them down below. And yeah, if you guys want to know something that I didn't mention here, yeah, just let me know, and I will be happy to reply. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you soon tomorrow for the prunes.